Mm-hmm.
Well, it's very opposite situation happening to the people I'm working with on my tour. Because Lewis, you'll be very, very pleased and proud of me that I've joined you in the club. I, ladies and gentlemen, have been officially banned from Airbnb.
What? Have you been banned? Oh, I heard about what happened. I didn't even been banned.
I'm done, dude.
Congratulations. Welcome to the club. Banned from Airbnb.
Mine was due to a criminal offence occurring.
Oh, that's very nice. See, mine was just from repeatedly placing furniture in places they weren't supposed to go. But I've never gone as far as to commit a criminal offence. Well done, mate. You've one up me. I might have to kill someone in my next Airbnb.
I did not. I was not the culprit.
Yeah.
I am not to blame. I was merely an accomplice to the crime, in the sense that I was sleeping while the crime occurred and got woken up at 3 a.m. very confused, and within 20 minutes we had been evicted and were on the street. So
evicted when you're touring it's not like evicted and you go, oh, that's right, I've got my suitcase with me. Evicted is like camera gear, merch, multiple team members, everything.
So I was staying on Cavill Avenue on the Gold Coast, which is...
There's your first mistake.
Arguably the worst place in Australia, right? And just to give you some perspective for those who may be international or aren't familiar with it, I saw a homeless man try to fight a Lamborghini that was parked.
No one in it?
No one in it.
That's great.
So it wasn't even like the Lamborghini was provoking the man. It was merely just...
I would actually argue that if I was homeless and I saw a Lamborghini, I would feel very provoked.
Yeah, fuck that. So another one that happened was, did I say about this? I don't think I did. A homeless guy was pretending to be blind, right? And then, so I'm talking... I'm driving down Cavill Avenue and it's like very slow. It's like 20 kilometers an hour because it's just like a really, or like passive area, right?
In the Lamborghini, yeah.
Yeah, I was not in the Lamborghini. I was in my Subaru hire car, right? Ooh. And, must be nice. And there was like a guy just walking in front of me. Now, you know, like when blind people have the cane, they kind of lightly tap in front of them. Yeah. You know, just this guy was just bashing it on the ground, just smacking it like before every step. And I was like, oh my God, is this a blind guy on meth? Yeah. Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, maybe he is blind, but he's on meth. And then I quickly realized I don't think he's blind at all. I think he's pretending to be blind, maybe for tips. Right? But that's wrong to assume. Yeah. So then he walks out in front of my car. I slam on the brakes. Oh, what?
See, if you want to know what it's like living with Keelan, this is what it's like. Keelan just climbs the stairs to my bedroom to pass me a fucking Yogo that was just delivered on Uber Eats.
Mid-episode.
Great. Well, I'm not going to eat that. Continue on. You were smashing up Blake Pavey, I think you said?
No, I smashed on the brakes, right? And I did say Blake's. And then I smashed on my brakes. He walks in front of my car. I quickly realized he looks me directly in the eye. You know when you can tell when someone's looking at you vacantly? Like if he was blind, he wouldn't be making direct eye contact. He looks me directly in the eye. So I go, like, that's the guy that gestured to the green light. Like, dude, I got a green light. What are you doing? He then looks around at the green light, clearly not blind because he's seen me gesture towards it. Yeah. He realizes that the act's up. He then puts the cane up beside his arm, gives me the finger, and then just keeps walking. And I'm on the phone to my parents at the time, right? I forget that I'm on the phone to my parents, and they're lovely people. They don't swear. I just yell, "Oh, you fucking idiot!" Yeah. My mum's mid-story, right? She thinks I'm talking at her, and my dad just goes, "What, mate?" And I go, "Oh, sorry, there was a blind guy pretending to be homeless." And my dad goes, he goes,
a blind guy pretending to be homeless or a homeless guy pretending to be blind?
Sorry, a homeless guy pretending to be blind.
I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, he was just like, "Oh, sorry." He goes, "Oh, you're already back on Cavill. Sorry, I should have known. We'll let you go, mate." He just knew where I was from the description of the story. And another one, again, just to give more context of where we're staying, the kind of trash hole that this place is. Yeah. It was a Monday night. I didn't have any breakfast for the next morning, so I went to the convenience store to buy milk and bread. I'm wearing trackies, thongs, and I go, it's kind of late, not much is open. I could go a kebab. So I go to this kebab store. I'm holding 2 liters of milk and bread.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, big night tonight, brother. Like the guy who's at the kebab store, and I go, oh, nah. And he goes, where are you heading to next? The Avenue? Like he points to the one next door, like the bar, like the night.
Go to a nightclub with milk and bread.
And I was just, I held up the milk to him. I was like to be like, absolutely not. You know, I'm holding 2 liters of milk. And he just goes, oh, you're going to the other one down there. And I go, what kind of fucking people are you serving?
You know what I think? That's wet t-shirt competition supplies with milk. I've literally seen that at a club in Gold Coast before. That must have been what he thought you were doing. I've seen that.
Oh, I thought he thought I was just going to get into the club, mix it with some Baileys and just have a sick night.
That was for titties. I don't know what he thought the bread was for, like a titty sandwich maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. I was just like, what kind of animals is he serving on such a regular basis where he thinks my night's just begun? It's 1 a.m. on a Monday. I got thongs on trackies and I'm holding 2 liters of milk. Dude, the creatures on that street. Yeah. Anyway, so then it gets to, this was last night, the night before so we've just done 2 shows on the Gold Coast. I'm wrecked. I've met heaps of people. It's late. It's like 1 a.m. I go to the guy, Sammy, who's opening for me, fellow comedian, great bloke. Mm-hmm. He's 19. Right?
Well, great bloke until.
Right. Yeah. Fuck, dude, it was so bad.
Yeah.
So it's like 1 a.m. I go, dude, just go to bed. Like, we're going to be up tomorrow. We're doing 1,000 people tomorrow in Brisbane, 2 more shows. I was fucked. We'd already also done 2 shows the night before that. I'm just exhausted at this point. I just go to bed, I'm out. And he's like, yeah, I'll go to bed soon. I'm just going to sit out on the balcony for a bit. I was like, oh. He bursts into our room at 3 a.m. And all like, you know, when you wake up and shit's happening and you're like, like I woke up and I was like, what? And he's just he's in the room. Like Meg and I are sleeping. He just bursts into the room and he goes, there's someone knocking. I've done a bad thing.
Oh no, that's the worst shit to hear.
And I go, what? It's like 3 a.m. or maybe like 3:30 or something. And I go, what have you done? And he goes, they're knocking. Should I go to the door? It's because of me. And I go, what did you do? But then he just runs out, opens the door. There's like 2 security guards at our door. And they're just like, hey guys, we're about to call the police. You're about to be evicted. Collect all your things. Blah, blah, blah. And Meg and I get up like, what's going on? What has he done? Like, because we just feel like parents, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, what's he done? And then they're like, he was pouring water over the balcony on people's heads walking down.
Wait, by himself?
By himself on the balcony.
No.
And I go to him like, you know, this is like afterwards. The next day I was like, hang on, so explain what was happening. Because in the time I was just furious. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And we had to pack up everything. We had 15 minutes. Otherwise they were going to call the cops and he was going to be charged, right? Because it's illegal to throw things off the balcony, right?
Good law.
Yeah, and fair enough, right? But then also the guy had such a shitty argument. Instead just to throw things, but the guy was like, mate, I swear to God, the security guard was like, mate, those drops could have killed people. And I go, it's raining. It was raining at the time. Yeah. Like slightly. It was raining earlier that night, right? And
I think that Sammy's a bit of a fan of us, isn't he? Like before he started stand-up. I think
he's listened to the podcast.
Yeah, look, I don't want to completely absolve him of responsibility, but I think that this is entirely our fault.
Yeah, Keelan, can you?
I think he's taken
because Lewis is coming through.
Yeah, I think that Sammy may have taken a lot of inspiration from maybe every story we've told about touring together.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, there was the spaghetti on the roof incident. There was the fern in the fridge. Yeah, we haven't set a good example. I'm not. That's the thing. I wasn't one to. I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry. I was just disappointed.
That you didn't get to also join in on the chaos.
It sounded fun. So the next morning I go, so what did you do? Like, do you just do it once and then they caught you and came up? And he goes, oh no, I was doing it for 10 to 15 minutes.
Wait, by himself? That's the strangest part about it is he was just doing it by himself. That means he probably did it for so long that someone must have complained.
Well, yeah, he goes, then the security guard's like, the people have video of him doing it. And then Sammy shows me, he goes, oh yeah, I was filming the people filming me. And then he shows me this screenshot the next morning of these people looking up at the building and he's looking over, taking a photo of them. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, dude, that was just so funny. Like I was pouring water on them. And I was like, it was 3 a.m. Go to bed.
Nah, that's fucking funny. I really like that. And I especially like that because he wasn't paying for the room, you were.
Well, we had to check out the next morning, so I wasn't that worried about it. But lucky we had a place to crash. I knew a guy I was like, this guy's usually up at like 5 a.m. I'll text him, and then we crashed at his house. Thank God.
So now you've been banned from Airbnb.
Yeah. Well, they've reported. Oh yeah, dude, we got evicted because
that's awesome.
They probably it would be the same thing like if you were actually throwing projectiles over the balcony, which obviously like none of us on this show would have ever done.
No, we've never done that. And any stories told about
fine.
Yeah, and any stories told about that, especially of maybe a guy lived by himself in an apartment in Frankston launching cans and potatoes out of their window. That's all satire and performance. Then that would never happen in real life.
But it couldn't be me because I live in Hobart now.
Yeah, it couldn't be us. We're Tassie residents. I mean, that's just typical mainlander shit,
Yeah.
And that's why we don't want any of these mainlanders coming to Tasmania and ruining it. Fuck off. Yeah. We're full.
Yeah, full of your sister's cum in your mouth. Yes, Tasmanian jokes. We can do them now. Woo!
Now, Luke, this brings me to probably the next question is I'm actually doing Gold Coast and Brisbane next. You've been banned from Airbnb. Has Sammy been banned from opening for us? That's the question.
No, not at all. He crushed it the next night. I thought it was funny the next morning. Like it took a bit. The silence in the car.
He would have felt so guilty. This is like, oh no, I've blown it.
His girlfriend messaged me and apologized. Like, I'm so sorry about him.
Which that means that, he called her and was like, babe, I fucked up big time. Luke's really angry.
He was like, dude, this is such a cool opportunity. Like, he's like 19. He's, a few years into comedy. He's like, he did the biggest show he's ever done in his career last night. And I think at one point in that car trip, he was like, he's not going to let me open tonight.
It's over.
I thought it was funny by the end. The next morning, it was that bit where I was like, I was fucking so angry. I was just angry because I was tired and I really needed sleep because it was like some of the biggest shows of the tour the next night. And I'm off for 1 hour's sleep at this point. And the night before that, I was running off 5 hours sleep. So I'm just like a train wreck. Then I had like 7 hours sleep and we slept until midday. And after that, we're driving down the freeway. It's completely silent. And I just start howling laughing. I was just like, what the fuck were you thinking?
What an idiot.
And we all just started dying, fucking laughing, going like, it's funny now, but fuck me at the time. Well, the security guard was watching us pack up everything. He's like, you've got 15 minutes to leave. Like, we're cleaning the sink. I'm putting away the ironing board. Like, he's just like, get the fuck out.
They have no tolerance for bullshit on the Gold Coast.
It was so funny though. Like, he was just like, because it like wasn't me or whatever. Meg was so angry. Like, he goes, you got 15 minutes. Otherwise I'm calling the police. And Meg's like, just call them now. We're not going to be able to pack up in 15 minutes. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like, so we just like full on bluffed the guy, and then the guy pretended to call the police.
Oh,
and I was just like, dude, your walkie-talkie's not even on, bro.
Also, what you should have done is gone, all right, call the police. I didn't commit a crime. You're not going to get arrested for what Sammy did. I would have just gone, nah, that's fine. Call him. Get him out of here. He's not even supposed to be here.
Yeah. I'll be like, who is this guy? I don't know him. He must have broken in.
That's really great. I think what I'll do is Sammy can open for me, right? But we're going to be booking the hotel in his name.
Yeah. No, I reckon that's a good trade-off. It's a good compromise.
And then I'll be throwing shit off the balcony.
But anyway.
I was doing that when last time you and the three of us were in Gold Coast, remember? I was just throwing shit off our balcony. I was throwing chicken.
Were you?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Remember you?
What is with everyone we do it with when we're not looking? I'm like, oh, they're not looking. Let's throw shit off the balcony.
No, it was definitely. You guys came back from a gig and you had chicken and chips, and then
I was with it,
and I was doing it, and you guys were encouraging me.
No, it sounds bad. It was only from like the second story or third story. Yeah.
It wasn't at people. I think the key difference is throwing shit at people is what's really bad.
It was like 2 stories up. We were just like on a second story balcony, and there was a street out there. And then Keelan was just piffing chips and chicken onto the street. And maybe had a few passing cars. But look, I don't remember. I could be wrong.
Well, I think that's just creative embellishment of the story for comedic
Exactly.